Hi everybody,
Hi,
welcome to another Wheelingit campground review.
and today we're standing at Cypress Trails RV Resort. This is a resort just about 5 miles southeast of Fort Myers by the Camping World exit.
Yep.
And it is mostly ownership park. We were actually given the opportunity to stay here in return for a review, which we do anyway. So this is our very unbiased review of the park. So being an ownership park, that means that people like us that come through on a temporary basis, we just rent the lots. And of course, if you wanted to buy a lot here, that'd be perfect for you, but you can also rent them, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And I guess the top line view of the resort is it is a 5-star resort. This is how it was set up. It was set up to basically have anything a 5-star resort kind of place would want. And I would say it delivers.
Yeah, it's very well designed. They made some, I think, of the right big decisions in a private park. For example, the sites are big, they're flat, concrete or pavers. They have great amenities.
Oh, great.
So for example, they have sidewalks. I mean, it sounds trivial, but in a private park, when you're walking around at night with your dog, having sidewalks in a park is really nice. They have a huge dog park, super nice, with a water fountain in it, which is big for us. Poo bags everywhere. A big nature preserve with
Huge.
like a mile, which is a mile kind of in circumference, which is really unusual for a private park. I've only seen a couple of them like that. 50 amps, water, sewer, double water spigot, hardwired cable, hardwired internet, which we'll talk about. So just did a lot of things right.
Yeah, and the kind of unusual things Paul just mentioned was the internet. One of the things you get here when you check in is you get a modem and you get hardwired internet.
Yeah, cable modem
with no bandwidth.
No data limits.
Yeah, no data limits. So we found overall that it was really good internet, very good download speeds, not so good upload speeds. So I guess if you're uploading video, it's maybe not fabulous, but for somebody who just wants to come and work hard for a week with unlimited bandwidth, then this could be a potential. And then the other, maybe only slight negative is this park, there's a lot of it that's still under development.
Yeah.
So you'll look at the old sites and they look really mature, they have lots of privacy, they're really nice. But then when you go to the new section, it's pretty wide open, so you don't really get a lot of privacy. So that's going to change obviously over the years as the landscaping goes in, but that's just the way the park is right now.
Yes,
so
let's go have a look at.
Let's go have a look.
Start with all the really nice amenities, and then we'll go to the sites.
Yes. We're standing at the gated entrance to the park. It's basically you go in with a kind of a little card that opens the gate. Gated entrance, gated exit, and the check-in, which is usually actually not full. You usually have to pull. But let's have a look at the map. So this is a map of the park. Pretty much all the sites are very, very similar. These sites over here are still in development, so they have not yet been developed. All the other sites have been mostly developed. The sites around the lake get a nice lake view, so there and there. And they have both fifth wheels and Class A's that can go in these sites and have a view, so you can back in or you can face in. It depends on the way the hookups are done.
But pretty much the lakefront sites are all pull-in.
Yeah, most of the lakefront sites are pull-in with a select through back in for fifth wheels. Now, you can't really choose your site here when you arrive as a renter because it just depends which sites are in the rental pool from the owner lots. So obviously you can get an overview of where you might want to stay if you want to stay lakeside or something like that, but it all depends on whether or not the site is in the rental pool or not.
Now, the park is only about half sold, so there's a lot of sites available.
Yeah, right now there's a lot of sites available, and the other nice, really, really nice positive that we forgot to mention in the last review is that the park accepts any type of RV. So you can come in here with a Class A, a Class C, a trailer, a fifth wheel. The only limit they have is they have a 24-foot limit on size.
Minimum.
Minimum, and they do have a 10-year limit on age, but that can be waived. They told us that they waived that for good looking RVs. So
Yeah,
as long as your RV is maintained and is nice, they will waive the age limit. But that is a nice thing about this type of resort. Usually these are Class A only type resorts, and this is not. They actually accept any type of RV, so that is a real positive.
Okay, now we'll go and look at the sites.
So I did want to talk a little bit about the pricing. We didn't mention it in our previous video because it's actually a little complicated. So the pricing here varies anywhere from $50 a night up to, I believe, yeah, $100 a night on the lakefront sites, depending on the season. So there's a summer price, there's a shoulder season price, and there's a winter season price. There are monthly rates, which are quite discounted, so those vary from $800 a month in the summer season up to $1,900 a month in the winter season for the lakefront sites. So that's the kind of pricing you're looking at, and they did tell us they're going to a kind of dynamic pricing model where depending on occupancy that might change, so those prices may actually change in the future. And for those interested, if you're buying a lot here, the lot prices are anywhere from around $60,000 to $120,000. That's the current price. So I don't know if you'd be interested in that, but that's the current price. And I did also want to address the issue of whether or not you get a sales pitch when you get here, since this is an ownership park and the goal is full ownership. You will get somebody coming around on a golf cart just asking if you want a tour, and you can say no. So this is something I did specifically ask about. So if you just want to come here and rent, you can tell them up front, I do not want a sales pitch, I'm not interested in buying, and they will forego that. So I think that's all you need to know. Here we're standing by some of the many amenities that are in this park. This is kind of the outdoor amenities. You can see there's a bunch of different types of courts here. There's a bocce bowl, there's shuffleboard. There's actually behind here, there's tennis courts, there's pickleball. And then over here is the clubhouse, which has a bunch more stuff. It basically has a game room, a billiards room, a gym, and there's a pool, which we'll also film a little clip of. So as far as amenities goes, basically everything you could think of, you'd be able to find here. So it's very extensive. I'm going to take you on a quick walkthrough of the clubhouse area. They have a big kind of dining, catering room in here. Restrooms on the right. We're actually going to walk down towards the pool area. There's a lovely laundromat here with lots of really modern machines as well. Hi, thank you very much. And this is the very, very nice pool area with lounge chairs. Beautiful large pool. You can actually do laps in here. A small kiddie pool and also the lifts. So this is the clubhouse area. We've enjoyed this very much indeed.
All right, we're standing in the older, more developed section of the park, and this is just an example of a type of developed site. You can see nice, large, flat. It's got pavers. Some have tiki huts, some have storage sheds. So a real nice quality site with some mature landscaping around.
Yeah, and we're not, this particular site, we're not going to give you the site number because we actually don't know if it's in the rental pool. Like all these sites, they're ownership sites. There's no way of knowing exactly where you'll end up if you're renting. But this is, you know, just a pan down the mature section of the park, the older section of the park. You can see there's nice landscaping everywhere, palm trees, decent privacy between the sites because of the landscaping. So I would say this is, you know, the very nice section of the park. Definitely pretty out here.
Okay, this is our site, Site 297. We're in the newer, not as developed section of the park. And you see it's a pull-in site. It's a huge flat concrete site. This would be a bare bones site, how it would come by default in this park. So 50 amp, 30 amp, 20 amp, sewer, dual water spigot, and internet, hardwired internet and cable directly to the pedestal. So you really can't ask for much more.
And I'll just pan around. You can see there's one of the brand new pedestals over there. Everything is brand new here. All the sites are the same size. But because it's the newer part of the development, there's not a lot of vegetation, landscaping here, so there's really, not a lot of privacy in this section of the park, at least not yet. And this is our front view. This is the lakefront view that we're getting out the front of our RV.
We're facing east.
We're facing east, and pretty much all the sites here are designed so that if you have a Class A, you could face forward and see this lovely view.
All right, and now for one of our the most important areas for us, dog park. Now we generally don't like dog parks. Our dog doesn't like it anyway. But this one's quite nice. They got separate sections for small dogs and large dogs. It's quite large, and maybe the best feature is over here they have a splash pool in the bigger dog section. So like a little fire hydrant and a little sort of knee-deep pool. When we brought Polly here, of course, I was the one standing in the pool when she was the one running around. So that was quite funny. But anyway, a lovely area to bring the dog, especially when it's hot out.
Yeah, it's really quite spacious, and I do think the little splash pool is rather ingenious. There is also a little tiki hut section here, so you can rest in the shade while your doggy is having a good time.
Here we are walking right next to the nature preserve, which is right here in the back of the park, and it's a pretty big area. You can see there's a map right here, and there's a trail that goes around it, which is about a mile, so it kind of gives you an idea how big it is. And there are building trails inside of it. So it's pretty unique for a private park. I've only seen a couple places that have something like this, but it's really pretty. It's cool in the mornings, quiet, live oaks and all kinds of palms. It's really lovely, and it's right in the back. There's the park over there with the RV sites.
Another kind of unique feature of this park is the hookup storage area. So you can actually store your RV here. The prices are fairly reasonable, I believe, and yeah, you actually get, I think you can see the hookup, so you can leave your RV hooked up, which is a big deal in Florida. Okay, let's do our bike through, starting from the entrance gate.
All right, so that pretty much sums up the review of Cypress Trail RV Resort. We're standing here by one of the lakes near the clubhouse, and you can see there's a 100-foot dock here, pier, sorry, they have here, which extends out in the lake. Great place for sunset, which the sunset's right behind us. And you can fish off here. They put out paddle boats during the season. If you have a kayak, you can put it in there. And even fountains during the season are going off, colored LED fountains. So all kinds of amenities here.
And yeah, we enjoyed our stay. I mean, you know, every now and then it's nice to stay in a really nice 5-star resort, and you have all the amenities. You know, we went for a dip in the pool every day. We went into the billiards room, into the book swamp.
Hot
you know,
tub.
yeah, hot tub. It's just nice to have all that stuff every now and then, and the unlimited bandwidth. So we got some work done. We were able to take advantage of the internet. So I say if you're looking for a really nice 5-star resort and you want to stop by for a few days, then this would be a great place to check out.
All right.
So
Hope you enjoyed it.
yeah, see you down the road.
Bye.